single contract awarded to that time by the federal government. It took the combined resources of 6 companies, forged into a single contracting entity, to undertake the mammoth project. But before the first shovel of earth could be removed, the Colorado River had to be diverted from its timeless path. The key was to cut 2 tunnels through the canyon walls on each side of the river, each 56 feet in diameter and approximately 4,000 feet long. The 4 tunnels took 2 years to complete. With the tunnels open and cofferdams in place, the Colorado River had no choice but to leave its riverbed and flow through the man-made corridors. With the river diverted, steam shovels dug through as much as 135 feet of silt, mud, and gravel to reach bedrock. And there, Hoover Dam began as a simple square wooden form filled with concrete, followed by more than 3 million cubic yards of concrete over the next 2 years. Add the adjoining structures, and enough concrete was placed to build a 4-foot wide sidewalk around the Earth's equator. Heat from the setting concrete was predicted to take more than 100 years to cool, but engineers fashioned 1-inch steel pipe inside each concrete block before it was poured. A refrigeration plant, so massive it could produce a 1,000-ton iceberg every day, continuously pumped cold water through the pipes, cooling the concrete so construction was never interrupted. This innovative idea helped the entire structure be completed in just 5 years, 2 years ahead of schedule. Hoover Dam was built with 5 million barrels of cement, 18 million pounds of structural steel, 21 million pounds of gates and valves, and 840 miles of pipe. The scale of some of the equipment was beyond the capacity of American highways and railroads. The pipes that would carry water from the reservoir to the generators were so large they could not be shipped, so a manufacturing plant was created to build them at the site. An infrastructure of highways, railroad tracks, and power lines had to be created to move men and materials from outlying areas to the dam site and to supply electricity for construction. An entire town was needed to house the workers who were pouring in from all over America in the midst of the Great Depression.
Another great achievement of American resourcefulness, American skill, and American determination. And that is why I have the right once more to congratulate you who have builded Hoover Dam, and on behalf of the nation to say to you, well done.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt dedicated Boulder Dam on September 30, 1935. In 1947, Congress officially named it Hoover Dam. Some call it the most prodigious engineering construction feat since the Great Pyramids of Egypt. When a U.S. Senate committee endorsed construction of Hoover Dam in 1928, its report said, "A mighty river, now a source of destruction, is to be curbed and put to work in the interests of society." And so it was. Hoover Dam brought the desert flood control, a reliable supply of water, electrical power, and more. Behind a 726-foot-tall concrete face lies Lake Mead, America's largest man-made lake. Born out of the collected waters of the Colorado River, it could cover the entire state of Pennsylvania to the depth of 1 foot. But held behind Hoover Dam, it is a life-giving source for communities throughout the Southwest. On its way to meet downstream needs, thousands of gallons of water per second flow from Lake Mead through the dam's 17 giant turbines, producing clean, non-polluting hydroelectric power. Hoover Dam produces almost 4.5 billion kilowatt hours of electricity each year, enough to serve the needs of over 1 million people. The sale of this power has repaid the entire cost of constructing Hoover Dam and continues to fund the yearly operating and maintenance costs as well.
Yeah, we are currently located in a room which is right here in this diversion tunnel. No, yeah, take your earmuffs, come on, earmuffs, come on. Sorry, I totally forgot. You should hear what I got to say now. All right, now, once the location was selected where the dam's supposed to get built, they had to build diversion tunnels to move the water around the working site. 4 diversion tunnels were built. 2 on the Nevada side, 2 on the Arizona side. Each diversion tunnel was 50 feet in diameter, 15 meters, 4,000 feet long, 1,200 meters, and it took them about 18 months to blast them through. Then they had to build cover dams, an upper cover dam to divert the river into these diversion tunnels, a lower cover dam to ensure that the water won't backflow into the working site. Then they had to excavate down to the bedrock about 135 feet to remove loose rocks and debris. June 6, 1933, the pouring of the concrete began. A 16-ton bucket of concrete was delivered.
Pardon me, boy.
Yes, yes.
Is that the Chattanooga choo-choo?
That's the Chattanooga choo-choo.
On track 29. 29. That's on the Tennessee line.
She said the Tennessee line. Jack.
She means that she can't afford. I can't afford to board a Chattanooga choo-choo.
What have you got in there?
Oh, got my fare.
You say you have?
But not a nickel to spare.
Well, I do declare.
You leave the Pennsylvania station about 3:45. Read a magazine and then you're in Baltimore.
Dinner in the diner.
Nothing could be finer
Than to have your ham and eggs in Carolina.
when you hear the whistle blowing 8 to the bar.
You know that Tennessee is not very far.
You have for all the coal it's got to keep it rolling. Whoa, Chattanooga, there you are.
Chattanooga choo-choo. There you are.